when the wrong song comes on. I just shout, "Hey Siri!" That mini heart attack when you think there's a step there, but there isn't. How others eat versus how I eat. 9-year-old me. When I put both my sleeves together and put my hand in Sansai. How it feels to be first to say happy birthday in a group chat and watch everybody else quickly send their desperate happy birthday like pathetic little sheep. Me staring at my alarm Monday morning after doing nothing all day and sleeping at 5 a.m. during all the winter vacations. 3 biggest fears of our generation. But what's the worst one? Probably battery. You have a dentist appointment, me. Better start brushing those pearls. This place exists in everyone's hometown. Teenage boys after saying, "My friend likes you." How I find things that I've lost. By searching for them, forgetting and finding them a week later. Mom, like hair moves a bit. My brain. I think I would die on the spot if I saw a tarantula on my leg. Deleting song from playlist. Keeping song, but skipping it every time it plays. This is the future. On this side you walk, on this side you run. Texting over here. These cups will have you feeling like you're drinking water straight from a glacier, or like you're drinking metal. There's no in between. How I look at bro after he repeats what I said in a nerdy voice. You know you're rich when a $300,000 yellow limo with self-opening doors picks you up every day.
Explain the gap in your resume.
I'm a human, Karen. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna take a gap year and get my bread up. Yeah, bro, of course. Lock in. 6-year-old me. After sucking the bath water out of a washcloth. Sometimes I start a sentence and just hope it ends well. When you're on the trampoline and get double bounced, does anyone else want to eat one? And I'll eat the other one. So when we hug, me, when I hear the words, "I'll buy you something if you come with me." When Akinator asks one specific question and you just know he got your air. Reasons I burst out laughing when it's silent. That joke from last week. What, I actually find it funnier the fact that everyone's just being silent, so it'll make me want to laugh because of that. My face when I find an excuse to not hang out with them, but they find a solution. That's why you gotta give an excuse which is not solution-based. It's reschedule-based. POV. 4-year-old me trying to warn Dora that Swiper's in the bush. Me in the mirror, recreating facial expressions I've made throughout the day to check if they looked weird or not. Yep, and they look very weird. Me, when the doctor walks in and catches me opening cabinets. Movie with no kiss scenes. Did you mean your life? How I look at my mum after she yelled at me to hurry up and get dressed, only to find her not even ready 20 minutes later. I hate when you try to sharpen a pencil and it does the thing. While in the shower, washing, singing, making life decisions. Who else loved a teacher in the beginning and now you could slap them without feeling bad? Fun prank. Make people study for 16 years, then replace them with AI. Just gave birth 48 hours ago. I don't know what to do with this thing. Get 4 of them, then make it neon. When people think they've got me all figured out. My entire bloodline watching me doom scroll on a rectangle instead of talking to women. How guys tell stories. Intro, middle, end. How girls tell stories. Intro, end. Streaming show. 90-second ad starts, so I go to the bathroom. I come back and realize I missed a few seconds of dialogue. Rewinding makes ad start over. Who else hates this? Me. Gen Z, after living through 3 historic events and choosing to make jokes about it. Yeah, what else can we do? Nobody. Me, for no reason at all. How it feels when me and bro are running home from the store with all the goods that are about to be eaten in under 4 minutes. For therapy to work, you need to open up for me. I just have a hard time trusting people. Got it! Unsuccessful young men. Hating themselves, hating minorities. I used to crochet, I used to read, I used to you can still do this now. Basketball can never be this serious. Is he about a dunk? Could you survive on $7,500 a month? This would feel like inheriting generational wealth. Clicking I'm an adult as a kid. Clicking I'm an adult as an adult. This is brilliant, but I like this. How it feels when you're arguing with someone and they actually take accountability instead of justifying. Impossible. My sleep schedule ain't even a sleep schedule anymore. It's a freestyle. School memories. Going to bathroom from class to bathroom. Going to class from bathroom all the way to class. Me, if I ever got kidnapped because I would be too embarrassed to scream. When this pod comes out, you know you're eating the exact same thing for the next 3 days. Being unemployed, looking for a job, having a job, when gravity be on that BS. Does getting a tattoo hurt? Depends on the area. I'm from California. Me at my prime. At my goal weight, 0 pounds. Skinny, tiny, and petite. An athlete, #1 swimmer. Never got tired, stress-free. When you're writing straight BS on a test, and your answer low-key makes you start laughing. They say the first step is the hardest, but it's actually the third step. Right before your nuts go into the water. How I listen to bro's problems that were 100% his fault and 150% avoidable. The inside of my brain while someone is explaining the rules of a card game. Parents after realizing talking back is how a conversation works. When bro knows too much about you, that if he stops being your friend, you would low-key have to slime him. When you're drinking water and your friend starts to make jokes. Who invented these types of blinds? I just want to talk, and by talk, I mean beat you. How I deal with my problems. This is how you can always beat a Rubik's Cube. I love your curves. The curves. I purposely didn't buy any snacks to avoid evening snacking. Now it's the evening, and there are no snacks. Guy in math problem, choosing shape for lawn. 8-year-old me, watching both my grandmas exist in the same room. It's a crossover event. How are men so good at hiding all the stressful things going on in their lives? We're not hiding it, it's just nobody cares. Bro looking at me across the classroom after he got moved for something I did. I was always getting moved for things that I did do and things that other people did. The only guy that gets me to take my clothes off is the scale. What I see versus what airport security sees. I no longer dislike Mondays. I'm mature now. I dislike the whole week. Going back to school after winter break. How many fingers are on a human hand? You struggling to sleep after being rude to your friend. Corrupt leaders after ruining their country and ending thousands. I didn't see the Northern Lights, but I just like to be included. Do you have an outlet for your negative emotions? I have something called an abuse goblin. Funny. No, what I mean is, later. Guess who embarrassed me at therapy today? Taking a test. Me. That's close enough. There's an option of 125 and I got 126. It has to be this. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but ain't no way a beaver built this. Sorry guys, I'm really late for work. Please understand. Me, after I told all my secrets just to keep the conversation going. I swear bro, the doctor said I'm going to be 6'2". I just haven't hit my growth spurt yet. Me, watching my phone do backflips onto the floor. After I tried to throw it onto my bed. How 10-year-old me felt after pushing off the wall in the pool. Joy, watching the fake scenarios in people's minds before going to sleep. Me, after turning a pimple into an open wound.
Scan car.
Horses after hearing, a dog is a man's best friend. After countless years of battling in wars. My phone, screenshots I'll never use. The only race I've ever won. Isn't it weird that we have one hand that knows how to do everything, and then one hand that just sits there like, I don't know how to hold a pencil, and suddenly the man waking up for work at 5 a.m. is no longer your dad. It's you. Ex-smokers after 6 months of depression. So, come crawling back, eh? Nobody wants to work anymore. 40% of employers admit to posting job listings with no intentions of filling them. Per Forbes. Bro, why is my Kiwi giving me this look? He remembers this back in the day. I knock, you speak. Okay, sounds like a good deal. When you overplayed your favorite song and it doesn't hit the same way it used to, and then you take a 1-week break and listen to it again and it kind of hits the same again. Not totally the same, but still good. Not a mum shame, but why are you letting the babies get mind controlled? POV. You finally stopped caring about society pressures to conform and start wearing your hat, keeping you free from mind control in public. Yeah, I know, right? They're just letting the babies get mind controlled. At least put the tinfoil on them. Are you saying they don't have a mind of their own? Are you mind controlling them? You had a great childhood, if you remember this. There are 2 types of group chats. I love you. May I beg to differ? You all suck. You're the ugliest meme, damn. I died. If I say I'm hungry, you have approximately 13 minutes until I'm a completely different person. How it felt after the teacher asked a question and I wasn't paying attention, but I still got it right. Yeah, maybe once a blue moon for me doing this. Apply to 100 jobs. Your data gets stolen and sold. Nobody reaches back out. It's over, and that's alright. The most ignored option while changing profile picture, take photo, is probably pressed more times accidentally than used. Horseshoe crab. This is actually balloons. Don't let them trick you. When your mother checks that you're sleeping, but she stays in front of you a little too long. My mom always makes me laugh if she stares at me. She knows what she's doing. Chat, is this loneliness or freedom? I think it's both. When you pick to read in class and have to try and read the sentence with as nonchalant as possible. At home, I'm so lonely I want someone to cuddle me. In public, everyone, stay away from me, oh god. 6-year-old me building my dream house, only to put nothing inside. Outside and on the inside, there's nothing. How I make for myself versus how I make it for others. My bed when I try to fall asleep versus my bed when it's time to get up. Things I do, things that make money. Things I like to do, things I'm good at. The type of picture my mum takes of me when we're on vacation. Now we get it. POV. You just poured the fattest bowl of cereal just to open the fridge and see no milk. How I feel after double tapping my AirPod to skip a song. You couldn't last a day in my shoes. When you're in class running off 4 hours of sleep and remember a joke from 3 years ago. What is this thing of SpongeBob? When the teacher nearly catches you cheating on a test, so you hit them with this move. How do I become a farmer? Like, do I need to apply anywhere or do I just start digging? POV. The whole group chat was active, but you were asleep. I'm sorry. Save energy. How would you like it if someone turned you on and then left? Yeah, I get it. Shock. I'm going to die. You're not old enough. You're too old to be doing that, my parents. How it feels not knowing if an old man is being nice to me in a perverted way or a girl dad way. Me and bro scheming and plotting. Me hiding from the plans I made when I was in a good mood. Girls with deer tattoos. Is there anything else you want to discuss? You know you're getting close to a city when you start seeing buildings. You know you're getting home when you see your house. Thanks, Catherine Obvious. Do you guys want me to do TikTok memes again? I'm gonna do TikTok memes again. How it feels eating a glass of water at 3:71 a.m. Me and my sibling hanging out together as if we didn't just say the most diabolical insults towards each other 5 minutes ago. They should invent reverse trauma, like an event that's so positive it changes you for the better. How I feel when someone asks me, "Where are you going?" And I say, "Wherever the wind takes me." Your secret is safe with me because low-key I zoned out. We need a slur for people who use ChatGPT for everything. The idea of having to earn a living implies that, by default, you don't actually deserve to be alive. Hey, I found a sign just made for you. Autistic child area. I'm sorry and my bad mean the same thing, unless you're at a funeral. Your friend has been struggling with depression lately. They seem suddenly a lot happier. When someone low-key yelling at you like they're your parents. What do you guys think of the beard? Okay, bro, damn, we see them. When the "my life isn't where it should be" feeling hits you in public instead of in your room at 3 a.m. I did it, I'm employed, I'm no longer one of you. This was never funny. Gert is corny. I'm finally free. Let's not bring up Gert in 2026. These cannot be the same paychecks my coworkers are using to provide for their 3 kids. Or your coworker probably has more jobs. The lion has now hit the age where he must start taking life seriously. The lion didn't plan to make it this far. Hello 911, ain't no way they're that good. You deserve better than to have a gut-wrenching feeling like you've done something horribly wrong all the time. I hate when anxiety gives me stomach pain. Like, bro, you're supposed to be a mental illness. Stay in your lane. My friend when playing on my team. The same guy when playing as the enemy team. The genie after I wish to switch places with him because I don't want to be human anymore. You will? Man chooses 1 year in prison over returning $1.1 million mistakenly. I would do that too. 1.1 mil for going to prison for a year. 9-year-old me mixing Coke, 7-Up, and Dr. Pepper at the soda machine. Playing GTA. Accidentally hit a cop with my car. Cop starts shooting at me. This is BS. Totally unfair. GTA 6 better fix this. When all it took was being toxic, dry, inconsiderate, disrespectful, and now all the shorties mess with you. What my shower says. Hot, cold. What it actually means. Mordor. Hot, cold at the top. Arctic Ocean. Bobs or butt? The whole girl. We memorized phone numbers. We memorized driving directions. No one knew what we looked like. No one could reach us. We were gods. Today, I'm 42 years old. I have no husband, no children, no family, and I made my own cake. That's sad. I think this is AI though. If she's 42 and she looks like this, she looks amazing. Seriously, who buys a novelty fire extinguisher? I'll tell you who. Someone who cares enough about physical comedy to put his entire family into serious danger. That's who. Just Thick Bieber. This dude really does look like him. When you're minding your business and someone pokes the side of your stomach. POV, there is a group conversation happening, and I have a fun anecdote to add, but I'm desperately trying to not talk over anyone. But I keep timing it wrong and missing the break in the conversation. Teachers monitoring computers instead of grading the tests from 3 months ago. I remember there was this really important test which had to get marked, and at the time, the teacher said I didn't hand it in when I Did hand it in. I promise you I handed it in. But then it didn't matter in the end after a few months. I just feel like she didn't want to mark that massive amount of homework. People who insult me to my face. My enemies / people who hate me. My best friend. Well, your best friend shouldn't actually insult you. They can play around and banter with you. Hey, little man, how's it going? My computer, this computer. Microsoft 365 Copilot. Micro slop, more like. Saying okay to mum because you understand that you've done something wrong, so she can stop talking. Me. Food that's going to hurt my stomach later. We literally have the recipe and capability to make Chipotle steak quesadillas. There is no reason to go to Mexico. I want to go to Mexico. I just don't want to, beat the cartel. I feel like that's the same way people think of London with Mexico. Very similar. Like, I'm not obviously going to meet the cartel, and you're obviously not going to get stabbed in London. Just picked up a rubber band that had been in the same spot on my bedroom floor for a month. Incredible to see what I'm capable of when I give it my all. I'm so done. Lawyer laughed at. It's gonna get better, right? Does nothing to build new relationships with anyone. Waits for the new one. My son says that having children is immoral and unethical because the world is a terrible place. He's mad at us for having him. And he's right. Nobody, 9-year-old me in the grocery store, really offended that the 2000s happened long enough ago. That it's now an acceptable party theme. 1 star. It doesn't work. Completely melted when removed from the oven at 150 degrees. In the instructions, it says that it worked up to 300. Bank employee. What if we stayed open later than 5:30? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. How about a sign that displays the temperature 24/7? First of all, promoted. Stop giving me your toughest battles. Just tell the waitress your order was wrong. I once saw this ad on Craigslist. Avocados free to anyone over 5'6", so I clicked. The woman explained that she had a tree in her backyard and had picked up all the ones she could reach. That was it. That was the ad. And she didn't want short people getting it. What the hell? I baked chocolate chips for your girlfriend. Mom, that's sweet, but she's not my girlfriend. It's just a date. Listen, you show up with warm chocolate chip cookies and she's gonna forget you drive a 2004 Honda Civic. How younger me felt in 2018. Forcing myself to watch PewDiePie because of... Wait, people were forcing themselves to watch YouTubers who were popular because they thought they would enjoy them even if they just didn't enjoy them? People did that? Come on, guys. Watch who you want to watch, not what other people want to make you watch. Never did this, and I really liked PewDiePie, but I didn't really watch Markiplier. Watched him a bit. Watched Jacksepticeye more.